everyone. So we are again here with the sixth episode of Kaksha Gupshup, and today we have amongst us Aditya Agarwal. He is he has achieved a very significant rank, that is 502, and he's currently pursuing his MTech degree from IIT Madras. So we are very happy to have you, sir, on board, and we love to have some good conversation. And also nowadays, people are very curious to know how to take higher studies and everything. So we are help you. We'll help you to clear all your doubts. So let us begin, Aditya.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Aditya, how was your college? Like, first, let's move from the college. How was your college when you were in KIT? How was the environment for you? Like, you every time thought for going for higher studies, or was it like after you got a job or something like that? When
So
did you plan this?
basically, when I was in my second year, so actually I used to study computer science a lot. I used to study because I used to love computer science. And then what I used to do was I used to teach my friends. And one day before the exam, you can say I used to teach all my friends, and I used to like when they used to say that Aditya, you have taught very well. You know how to teach stuff. So that used to give me a sense of like I can teach stuff, and I used to like that. I used to like that emotion that finally what I am learning, not only I'm able to learn for myself, but I'm also to help others. So that's when I thought that maybe I think explored that maybe the main aim in life now for me is whether I want to go for a teaching line or in research, because I was interested in computer science and also I used to love to teach people. So that's when I got to know that on the second year I decided to go for higher studies, so that either I could study computer science and also I could also pursue my career in teaching.
Okay. So, what was your strategy? Because you have achieved such a significant rank, what was your strategy for preparing it? Like, I've heard that 10 lakhs approx people give this exam, and it's actually tough. You say it's actually tough. So, what was your strategy?
Uh, I would say it's difficult because of the volume of subjects which are there to prepare. There are a lot of subjects, near about 10 subjects to prepare for the GATE exam. But most of the almost every subject which you prepare is what you have prepared in your undergraduate. So if you are able to prepare well in your undergraduate, I think it's not a very, don't want to say cakewalk, but I think it will be easy for you to crack it. So I used to, like, I was good enough in computer science during my second, third year. Third year, I used to watch videos on the internet. I used to learn on class and everything. So that's how I started to learn about computer science.
Okay. So, other than that, I would like to ask that you said that you had interest for teaching and research. And there's also a misconception that MTech is only if you want to go for teaching. So, is it right that after MTech, you just go for teaching profession?
See, I can give you two perspectives of doing an MTech. So first of all is few people like me who go for MTech is who want to become a professor in their life, who want to go for teaching. So, and for them, MTech is a very good opportunity because it will not only enhance your skills in computer science, but even if you want to become a professor in any of the institute, let's say in KIIT only. So the minimum they require is a person should be an MTech. And that's the rule. And when it comes to a professor in an NIT or an IIT, the minimum thing required is a PhD. So I thought that maybe in the path to become professor, this is all teaching is in order to become a professor. This is one of the things which I have to go through. Now another perspective is for people who want to go for jobs through MTech. With an MTech, you can definitely go for jobs. It's not that MTech is only for teaching. But basically, if I tell you, maximum of the people who pursue an MTech are from tier 3 colleges or not so good colleges. They love computer science, but they are not able to excel in the field because they are not thrown those opportunities in their undergraduate college. So what happens is what they think is maybe if I go for higher studies, maybe if I get an opportunity to land in one of the IITs or NITs, or maybe one of the private best private institutes like Triple IIT Hyderabad or BITS Pilani or something, maybe they can excel there. And even if I talk about the best institute which is in India for MTech, which is IISc Bangalore, even in that college also, if I talk about if you talk about in terms of package, the average package is near about 30 lakhs. So with an MTech, people do get jobs with an MTech, you can do it. It opens a lot of opportunities for you.
Okay. And apart from that, I would like to ask that what I have read about MTech is that they have 25 subjects offered. So which was your paper you took for, like, because since you're belonging from computer science background, which was your taken
So
paper?
basically, when you prepare for the GATE exam, you need to select one of the subjects you want to be tested in.
Right.
So I selected computer science and information technology as a subject to be tested in.
And what all subjects did you have? Like people say that if you take a easier one, you'll have a cakewalk. But if you take a harder one, that gives a more significant value. But then you have to work really hard. So what were your courses in MTech degree?
So basically, my MS, I'm exactly doing an MS degree this year. I'm joining IIT Madras as an MS student. So basically, my courses, I will be working on high performance computing systems. And basically, the main, see, whenever you want to go an MTech, right? So what happens is, in your BTech, what you do is you explore many subjects like data structure algorithms, operating systems, computer architecture, many subjects you study. Suppose what happened with me was, I enjoyed one subject a lot. I enjoyed operating systems a lot. I used to love that subject very much, and I wanted to study something related to operating system. I wanted to research on that. Maybe there was the reason being our professor which taught us in our college was really amazing. So I would give 100% thumbs up to that guy, because of whom I found an interest that operating system is one of the subject I want to do my research in. Then when I came in my 4th year, I explored the field of AI and ML. So, and when I learned about AI and ML, I was working in one of the companies in Hyderabad as an ML engineer also. So that's how I explored that if either I want to go in some system subject, which is an operating system or computer organization architecture, or I will go for an AI ML service. And IIT Madras gave me an opportunity to excel, to do research in high performance computing systems, which is one of the system subjects in my curriculum. So I thought it's a good opportunity for me, and I took it.
When you were in kids, so you were you like always into computer science, or was it like when you joined and you had every time vision that you need to go for engineering and everything like that? Like how was it for you?
I wanted to study computer science first of all, but I also used to have a lot of fun in college. Play computer games with my friends.
Right.
Basically, I didn't used to go out much. I was a guy who used to stay in my room always, either doing something on the computer, like playing games or watching movies or something.
Like always being productive in yourself around the computer, always enjoying computers around. So you had computer science in your school too?
Yeah, I
Hello?
had computer science in my school too. I studied Java from class 8. It was in my
Class
curriculum.
8?
Yeah.
Wow. So while talking about GATE, how was your preparation strategy right from like your college? Like, did you devoted some another time for your preparation, or was it parallelly going through your undergrad preparation? How was it?
So what happened was, like, whenever I used to learn one subject, say let's say operating system, right? So there were some topics which were not present in our college syllabus, but which were there in GATE syllabus. So what I did was I learned everything. First of all, what college taught me, everything, and then just those extra topics I learned from the internet, from YouTube and other sources. And I used to practice GATE questions then and there. So that's how I used to study then for the GATE exam. But if you talk about how I began my serious preparation, it all began in 2019, in the month of May. So I was on a full-time job working in one of the startups in Hyderabad. So it was a very hectic work schedule also. So I had to manage an entire project on my own, and so I thought maybe some way I should find out on my own. So then I made a timetable to strictly adhere to the timetable, and I used to reward myself whenever I used to, like, 1 week if I used to on a streak, I used to uh, follow my timetable. Then I used to, like, reward myself with some treat or something like that. I used to go out, have some roll or something like that. So that's how I used to treat myself. Just to and
So we know that you were in job too, like you had your job while preparing for GATE. Did you leave the competitive coding part because that is required for placement,
Yeah.
right?
So that is one of the things I was pretty much worried about, because I was preparing for GATE. I was preparing, but GATE never focuses on competitive coding in general. So I used to
That is
think about like, so I used to think about maybe if I just prepare for the GATE, once I give the GATE exam and then focus on competitive coding in general. And I think that helped me, because after the GATE exam there was this lockdown period. So, and it's still going on. So in this lockdown period only I strengthened my competitive coding skills. So I was worried about that. That's true that I was worried I can't manage everything now. Like I can't manage competitive coding, GATE and work and everything. So that's what I left it. But I think if you have, because I also believe in one thing, that if I focused on GATE now and also competitive coding and also on work, I will not be good in all three at once. So maybe I focus on one thing now, and when time comes, I will focus on competitive coding. I consulted with many seniors in college. They said that don't be like kuch nahi pata. You don't know anything. Don't be like that. Learn something. Learn to write at least one. Convert how to write and convert an algorithm to a program. At least learn the first thing to do that. That's expected from every GATE aspirant. And after that, you can just go ahead and go on those websites like HackerRank or CodeChef and practice coding from there. And I think GATE preparation also helped me in that, because there was one subject called algorithms and data structure. That is
yes.
one of the crucial subjects when it comes to competitive coding. And having that mathematical knowledge about heaps and hashing and all really helped me now in my competitive coding journey as well. But I do felt many a times in my preparation journey that I think I should focus on competitive coding and all. But then I used to think that no, let me just focus now on GATE. So,
Okay, so majorly your more focus was towards GATE.
yeah, towards doing
Yeah.
only one thing at a time. So I focused on GATE, and then after my exam got over, I'm just now sitting at home and just learning competitive coding and some other stuff, so that I can, like, my master's degree goes smoothly.
True, true, true. So, during your placement, like it didn't bother you, like you were not into much competitive coding since you got a job. So, was it not bothering you anyhow? Like,
So I used to do competitive coding during my third year a lot. I
oh,
used to do competitive coding during my third year, and there was one of the subjects in our college also called CAT. You might know there's
yeah,
a called CAT. I think
yeah,
that is one of the best subjects in our college, because
yeah.
that subject really helped me prepare for placements. Those 3 hours of CAT really helped me to go learn C programming. And our teacher in our class also used to give us good programs which are asked in companies. And that's how I got to know that whether I know this or I don't know it. Sometimes I couldn't even lift the pen to answer a question. Sometimes it used to happen that also. But then I used to come back and then learn that, okay, this is how it should go. So I think even in my college also, CAT was one of the subjects which helped me a lot during my placement preparation. And aptitude also I used to do parallelly for my college also. I was a bit worried about my CGPA also. I used to maintain a
Mhm.
good CGPA also. So for that also, I thought maybe just learn aptitude also. So I used to learn about aptitude from YouTube, because I'm not that guy who can like see a question and answer it. I want someone to teach me the concepts.
Right.
So that's how it helped. I think the main reason how I got a placement, I can attribute it to the CAT class which happened in our college.
Wow. So I must say that hearing you, it seems like you have managed the time beautifully. Like 24 hours was managed with you very nicely because you started preparing for GATE also, you did competitive coding also, and you earned those things. Like you had a placement and then you achieved a good rank also.
Also, sometimes I used to feel that people are enjoying outside, they are enjoying their life, and I am sitting here cramming things, learning things, this and that. But then I realized that in the long run, this will only help.
True.
So
True.
that's how I used to do it. And I never used to feel like competitive coding I will do because I need a placement, or I will prepare for GATE because I need to prepare for GATE. I always love to do those. Like I had passion for doing those. I never felt like competitive coding I will get job. I never practice competitive coding for a job. Never. I
Okay.
enjoyed solving problems. So
Right.
that's what gave me the motivation to go ahead.
Also, is GATE harder for computer science students as compared to other branches, or is it like every course has its ifs and buts?
See, the GATE computer science is not easy, but not hard also. If you are clear with the concept, you can secure a very good rank. It's not about the quantity. You don't need to know everything in GATE. You can't learn every subject in GATE. As for me also, I never learned computer organization architecture for GATE. Never. Because I used to think how much I study that subject, I was not able to solve questions. So I never studied computer organization very thoroughly. So there was, but luckily I followed computer organization in college. So there was one question in GATE, and I managed to solve it correctly. So that's what the thing is. Like, it's not easy, but it's not hard also. Like, if you talk about GATE, if I talk about mechanical engineering, GATE is very competitive there, because all are top students, all people, they even, what if I say you that whatever marks I have secured in GATE, if the same marks I secured in mechanical paper of GATE, I would not have landed anywhere. That's a competitive nature. That's a competition in mechanical. But GATE computer science, I don't think it's very tough or very hard. It's easy if you can manage your time and prepare the concepts well and practice them. Main thing is practicing the concepts. I think you can get a very good rank.
So, any similarity or differences between the toughness of JEE Advanced and GATE? Like, can we compare them?
I think it's not that great to compare those exams. Both are very good exams. JEE Advanced is a very conceptual exam. Like, they dive into concepts and they ask hard questions on that. But what GATE does is they also dive into concepts, but they ask easy questions. They won't ask you many very difficult questions. They will never ask you. Sometimes there may be 5 to 6 hard questions in every exam. That is only what changes the rank of every person. But JEE Advanced is like they dive into the concept and they ask you very difficult questions. Like, for me, I didn't even crack JEE Main during my class 2. So that's how I take it. And for GATE, they are also conceptual, but they are very basic. Like, if you have just scratched the surface also, right? If you know how does the operating system work, or how does a compiler work, or how does theory of computation do its job, I think it's easy for you to crack it. Like, don't need to dive that much thoroughly into things. Like, to diving that much is required if you are preparing for interviews. Like, when I was preparing for interview, I was preparing for this IIT Madras interview only. So that time, what they say you is IIT Madras tells you that select one of these subjects. There are a lot of subjects. It can be compiler design, it can be operating system, anything. Select one of these subjects. You will be grilled on that subject. We will ask you tough questions on that subject. We expect you to know the subject which you are comfortable in. That's what they expect. So I selected linear algebra because I was learning that in this lockdown period only. So, and that's what gave me this admission offer.
Wow. And I believe this was your first attempt and you flared with
No,
500.
this was my second attempt. Actually, there were many things happened. So many life events. Uh, one of them was I was preparing for GATE and the intention to crack it in my final year. That is on 2019. So on 2018, I was like, I will just secure one job as a backup. I'll prepare for GATE the entire 4th year, sit for it, and if I get a job, I will go. I get a college, I will go. So then the first company came in our college, and I sat for it. I got the job, but there was a twist that I had to report to Hyderabad the next week. Like, on 9th, I got placed, and they said on 16th I have to report to Hyderabad. So that was one of the first thing which happened. Okay, I thought maybe I can just do this internship, and it was an internship and come PPO after internship. So internship, okay, I will do this internship, and then after parallelly I will prepare for the GATE. Fine, I used to do that. Then on September, some personal issues happened. My mother passed away, so I was not able to concentrate that much. I was like, job ही है, I have GATE भी है, I have to prepare for GATE, I have to prepare for job. I was not able. My mind was totally numb that time. I was not able to concentrate on anything. So I tried my level best, but I did On 2019, I attempted the GATE exam first time, and I secured 3,000 rank, 2996 to be exact. So, but one thing which happened after 2019 GATE was I found that confidence in me that if after not preparing that much, I can secure 3,000 rank. If I can prepare, then maybe I can do better. That's what confidence gave me. And then I also realized that now things are stabilizing and things are going back to normal. So maybe
Aditya, what would you suggest during this time? Like it's COVID time, so what do you think that out there it's a hell of a competition for the jobs. Like people are getting laid off. So what do you suggest this time? We should go for higher studies, or we should still prepare ourselves for jobs and everything?
see, first of all, the thing is you should first see what your interest is, whether you want to work in a corporate and or you want to go for research. So let's say you are thinking that I will go for corporate, but at this time during COVID, I think I won't be able to get a job. It's actually this pandemic situation has really worsened the economy and it is worsening further. And I won't be surprised if we go in a recession also this time. Already two countries are in recession. One is Japan and one is UK. And job market is really a mess this time because even when I see LinkedIn people posting that I lost my job due to COVID and I'm going here and there, not able to get a job or something. So that this time you can either learn stuff or you can just pursue a career in research. If you can join any, there are many distance learning courses also. If you're thinking that 2 years is enough, more is too much for me to dedicate towards going for MTech or something, you can just learn stuff now. It's never bad about learning new stuff. It's always great to learn new stuff. And in this time, if you are interested, like even in this pandemic situation also, there are many companies which are benefiting from it. Like we can see, like just an example, Mukesh Ambani is climbing the ladder day by day as the world's richest person. So that's what is happening. Even Amazon is recruiting now. In this situation also, there are many companies which are still recruiting. But coming to Amazon and Microsoft and all those, you need to be very good in in algorithms, very good in algorithms, and you should be very good in problem solving skills. So if you think you have that, then I don't think there will be much problem for you in applying in these companies and getting a job. But even if you don't get a job and don't want to study for MTech or you're not interested, maybe you can learn some new stuff. Maybe you can practice. Just don't like while away your time or anything. Use the time productively. That's all I wanted to say. But if you want to go for job or higher studies, it's totally lies upon your interest. Like it's not like you go for research and then say job hota to acha hota hai. If I would have been in a job, then it would have been very good. Can't say that. So whichever interests you, go for that. That's what I would do.
Also, during your graduation period, did you have yourself enrolled in projects, internships, or you were always into competitive coding and GATE preparation?
So I was searching for internships a lot during my third year and fourth year. In my third year, I didn't get any internship, but fourth year I was interning in TCS. And just that I wanted to just build a profile that I have an internship during my undergraduate, so I had to go for that. And coming to projects, I think college helped me in that also. Like in my third year, there was a subject called minor project,
Yeah.
and that's where we select a faculty advisor who is interested in doing what you are interested in. So I selected one faculty advisor who was interested in machine learning, and I wanted to explore that field, nothing much. And I thought maybe just exploring also, and I also have a guide which can help me. I can also do a project. It's like hitting two birds with one stone for me. So that's when I thought that I will also do one project. I will also learn machine learning. I will also have one guide assisting me to do that. So that's how I also did my projects, and I also learned web development during my third year.
So, do these things like take account while you apply for GATE or during interview or something? Like for placement, obviously they count. Like for MTech, do these
Well,
things count?
for GATE, projects don't count. So, but if you can secure a very good rank, if I say in a 2-digit rank, just the GATE score can get you admission in one of the best colleges in India. No interviews and nothing. If you are having a subpar rank, like 300 to 400, something like that, you can land in new IITs, direct admission in good IITs, some new IITs which are good are Ropar, Gandhinagar and others. But if you are preparing for interview, professors want people who are good in their undergraduate. And to prove that you are good in undergraduate, you should have a good CGPA. If you say that I am very good in undergraduate and you have 6 CGPA, it doesn't add up. Like if you're having a good CGPA, professors tend to look that this guy has not wasted his time in his BTech. That's what professor have that impression. When I was giving an interview, when I was giving my interview, my professors were impressed by my performance. They were saying that you have done this, you have done that. I was like, yeah. So that's what happens. But coming now, when you are sitting for MTech, when you are doing your MTech, when you are sitting for companies, some companies look for people who have a work experience before. Some companies. And some companies also see whether you have done projects or not. But if you are going for a teaching line, projects won't matter that.
Also, one question out of the topic, but what do you think? Which takes more of value, GATE or GRE? Like, which is more valuable?
So I will ask in my perspective why I went for GATE and not GRE.
Yeah.
So primary reason for me for going for GATE was finance, because in GRE it costs a lot. And if you have research experience, if you can secure an scholarship, that's great. But coming to me, I was thinking that scholarship, if I will get or not get, whether whatever, if I study for the GRE, whether it will go in vain or whether I will. And also one thing was, I always believed in one thing, that was return on investment. Like how much you are paying and how much you are getting in return. For GATE, for landing, for studying in one of those old IITs or good IITs, you don't need to pay anything. You don't need to pay anything, because we will get stipend also. We'll get a salary, we'll get a small amount monthly, which can, with which we can pay our fees only. So it's like free. In India, it's like you can say it's free, and it's for all. It's not like scholarship is for everyone who clear GATE and who get into IIT. And one more reason was already my parents had already paid a lot of money for my undergraduate, so I didn't want to put much burden on them also, like to go out. Although for GRE it's a great opportunity outside in US, I think doing an MS from a good university, it's one of the best things you can do in your life. But some financial reasons and everything comes into play here. And if you are in India, what I would suggest is the best place to pursue research is either the old IITs or BITS Pilani. Or ISC Bangalore. Even BITS Pilani and Triple IT Hyderabad are excellent colleges. Triple IT Hyderabad is one of the best colleges if you are focused on placement, because their entire curriculum is based on jobs. Like you can land a very good job, you can be a very computer science engineer if you're in Triple IT Hyderabad, doing your MTech from Triple IT Hyderabad. And they are more centered towards placement. And coming to old IITs, they are more centered towards research. So these, if you can manage to get one of these colleges, I think it's, if not better, but equal to a college in the US.
Okay. So as you said that you were reluctant about preparing for GRE because it may go in vain. So is there a difference between preparing for GRE and GATE? Like if we talk about CAT and GMAT, they're kind of same. So is it not for GRE and GATE?
For GRE, we need to be good in 2 subjects. One is English. You need to be very good in English, writing, and you need to be very good in comprehension and everything. And also you need to be very good in maths. So, and for GATE, you need to be very good in computer science. So it's your choice. If you want to go for computer science, and if you love to study computer science, then I think GATE is the best option for you.
Yeah, and it's more feasible, right? It's more feasible for everyone. Cracking GATE is more feasible. So I think we have asked major of the questions, and I hope that all of the viewers would get lots of benefit from this conversation. I was very happy and satisfied from the setting an example that, yeah, hard work pays off. You have legit proved that quote. So I think we are at the end and we can end. So can we have just a drill which you can do for us for YouTube? Like, share, and comment. Can you just say it for us?
So for when I came to know about this channel only, right, I was very much happy that finally this thing is happening. That few students from KIIT are doing this. They have invented a channel called Kit Kaksha, and they are teaching stuff. They are interacting with alumni. They are helping others. Like suppose some new person comes to Kit, he wants to know how to proceed further. They can just see these videos and everything. So if you just want to see these videos, thumbs up, subscribe, and follow the channel.
Thank you so much. So this was our conversation with Aditya Agarwal. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.